Hi, it's Pedro Amra. Welcome back. I am so happy, honored, and grateful to notice that there has been some work done. So I'll give you credit for that. And I'll give myself credit first because I've done the work first. And with all due respect, I have to give credit where it's due, and I have to have my timing straight. Timing, that's what this is about, timing. I have to have my timing straight in order for me to be appropriately positioning myself within the right circumstances, in the right way, and at the right time. So, how do I know it's the right time? Timing, timing, timing. That's what this is about. Well, I am just a regular human being like you, like me, like everybody else. All we are is humans on the third dimension, and I had to travel through meditation to further understand what it means for me to realize what it is that I am now implying upon me, that I had to first initially imply upon myself. And when I did it long enough and I came to realize that, you know what, Pet Ramra, you're starting to get this. This is starting to make sense. And then, I could have easily just taken off from there and kept going higher and further experienced the higher heights of life. But as I'm sure, I don't know if you have, but if you did, notice within my recordings, within my course, which is called The Divine Child, A Path to a Liberated Mind, I talk about how I was given the title as the Bodhisattva. And the Bodhisattva, there's been others with the same title in the past. And there's not just like one kind of bodhisattva. There's like three main um, categories of this character, the bodhisattva. And signs in life did show me and will show me further and have shown some others and will show some others further of what it means to be that character, and the interpretation that I gave this character within me as a baby, as an egg. They said human men are not able to give birth, but I beg to differ because I did give birth to this character called the Bodhisattva. And there's many schools that teach this. There's many schools who have come from many different positions and different circumstances and different this and different that and different the other, explaining what it means for one to follow the path of the Bodhisattva and to be able to do what other bodhisattvas in the past in each of these three different categories have done. And I came to realize, I came into this world not knowing any of this. My mom and dad did not teach me this. All the schooling that I had throughout my life, you know, all the way to getting an Associate of Arts degree in college, did not teach me this at all. But what they did do is teach me other things. And those other things led me to further grow, right? Grow within me. And for me to be able to further look back upon in order to figure this out, for me. Because, as I also talk about in all my material, is that it's all about me first before I could ever learn to own me. And then as I further practice having owned me, how it is that I could actually give it away to others that are also wanting to liberate themselves and choose what it is that they want to do. You don't have to do what I've done, and I don't have to do what you've done. But I'm very civil. I'm civil. In California, where I am, we had the civil rights movement, that Martin Luther King Jr. initiated, right? And he did what he did for so many others right now to be able to live a more comfortable life, But I'm not Martin Luther King Jr. Before that, we had Mother Teresa, right? Mother Teresa was so kind, If you actually like read about her or watch a video about her, there's the internet's full of that stuff. She devoted her life to helping people that were in poverty and that really needed help, that others were not helping. She was so kind. And I learned from both of these characters. But I came to realize I'm not Mother Teresa. I in my material I talk about having met her and what she shared with me through meditation, and it is all this that has led me to believe that I am now here, grounded, standing on my feet, and making sense of what it is that I am experiencing in the best way possible for me, while I am still aligned and I am able to reach out and help others as I go through this process. So this to me means a lot. Now the Bodhisattva, the highest level, is the Bodhisattva king. That individual who has gone through all those other levels and layers within those levels has managed to overcome, has managed to achieve, has managed to own. And after this individual owns these different positions, this individual is like not going out and trying to cash out, right? Because that's not what the Bodhisattva king does, nor any other Bodhisattva. Right? They actually have a certain form of character within the heart. And it is that which enables this character, which we're now referring to as the Bodhisattva, to be able to remain balanced and aligned with the forces of life and still do what this character, right, has ingrained within this character as an image for this character to achieve. And as long as this character, whoever this character may be, it could be you, it could be me, it could be anyone else. And it doesn't only have to be the Bodhisattva, right? Because not everybody was sent here to be a Bodhisattva, right? Not everybody is meant to do that. But what we're all meant to do as we were sent here, from my learnings and from what it is that I've managed to achieve and believe, I really believe everything that I'm telling you. I fully believe it because I've owned it. Because when I learned it and then I owned it and then I practiced it, I came to realize that, I am it. I am it. And it is that which I have built upon as my character for who it is that I am. I don't need to look like any of these other characters in the past that have done similar things as me. I don't need to do that because I'm not them. I'm a different person. I'm in a different time, right? I'm in a different time, in a different position, and I am a different being, right? All these beings that we are ultimately leads to one being that we all are. But right now, I'm not there. Right? I'm not there. I'm not at the highest position of my beingness. Right? And that's what my life is about. My life is about being the best that I'm able to be within my character, within my boundaries, and for me to grow. And like if you have a cup and you keep pouring water into it, sooner or later the water is going to overflow out of the cup. That means to me that this cup has been overfilled. That's why now this water is being wasted, right? So that is not being aligned. But then if I had a hole somehow, some way at the bottom of this cup to some size and degree, and I only poured enough water into this cup as I did and as I further did, and then this water kept coming out from the bottom of this cup, then I could consider myself aligned because I'm not overfilling it. I'm only pouring enough water into this cup so this cup only gets filled to the brim, right? Like the rim at the very top, but not more than is necessary. Because if I do, then it's going to overflow, and I'm just proving to myself that I'm not doing it right. But as I notice how much water is coming from the bottom of this cup out, and regardless of where it's going, sometimes that's not my position to decide. But what I can decide is allowing just enough to come in, so in correspondence to how much is going out, so I am within my boundaries. My boundaries is to remain as this facilitator, right, of this cup that I am, that I believe we all are, and to know how much to take in, how much to let out, because when the water comes in, I have to work on it now inside this cup. I have to be a swimmer. I have to swim. I used to be a lifeguard, so like I know all about that stuff. I've saved people's lives before. So I know how important it is for one to be a cautious lifeguard, and because other people's lives are in your hands. If you know somebody who's a lifeguard, if you've ever met a lifeguard, go talk to them. Say, hey, Miss or Mister, Mister or Mrs. or Mrs. or Mister or whoever you are, as a lifeguard, what does it mean to you to be a lifeguard? Why do you do what you do? And a lifeguard doesn't always have to be in the water. We also have people in infantry. They go to the military of all different, military sects, and they defend the country that we live in, and they protect the people, the citizens of the country that they're protecting. So that's another form of lifeguarding, and the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And so this timing that we're talking about being the subject matter of fact within this recording is we need to realize, who am I? What am I doing in my life right now? Why am I doing this in my life right now, that I am who it is that I am? And how is it serving me? How is it serving others around me? And how is it the way that it is serving me affecting others? And how is it that I'm doing what I'm doing that's serving others, and how it is that it's serving others is affecting me? So I hope you got that, and if you didn't, it's okay. Like I couldn't get this in the beginning, or even throughout the whole journey, I couldn't get this. I've just very recently have been able to practice understanding what it is that I'm now implying upon you, and that's why I'm now making this video. I couldn't make this video earlier, and even if I tried, I would have failed, because I would have not been effective. So, thank you. I am so happy, honored, and grateful that I am able to share this with you, because I care. I care because I want to share. And I share because I feel good about caring about others and about the ways in which I'm able to care and share upon others. And this is what I have figured out for me that works thus far. And I don't know the future. I don't know what I'll be doing in the future. But regardless of what it is that I'll be doing in the future, as my past has been proving to me, is that I'm going to remain happy. I'm going to remain healthy, and I'm going to be remaining as blissful and effective. Thank you so much. Again, this is Pedram Ra, and I hope this was able to help you to better calibrate your timing so you can either further grow within your current establishment of who it is that you are in being effective, and if you could have improved, that you are improving, and or any other way that I may have been of help, of assistance. Thank you. Peace.